What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be installing these fender guards from Mcnasty Customz on my Pro XP. They actually make these fender guards for a ton of other models, so I would check their website. I'll actually put a link in the description if you guys are interested in purchasing these. When you unbox them, they're going to be in a couple different pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 different pieces that they're going to come with. You're going to have to kind of put them together before you put them on the car. There's also an option to get a guard for the brake master cylinder. I decided to purchase it as well, just, you never know if something's going to hit that. You're going to start by taking these 3 pieces and kind of putting them together. This one's going to be loose, and they're going to supply you with a bunch of hardware. You can use the little nuts and bolts. Put these in from the back. This is going to be one piece right here. Put these bolts in through the back. We'll leave them loose because it's going to help us wiggle it onto the master cylinder. That's another thing that we want to do is start by taking these 2 nuts off of the master cylinder so we can push this on here and then tighten it down. And then the third piece is going to be this top piece where you're actually going to put the nuts, you're actually going to put the bolts from the outside in, and then you can snug this up. So go ahead and jack it up, put some jack stands under it, and let's get the tires off. So the next thing you're going to want to do is get this fender off. These are all T30s. I have some extra mud guards, and I don't know if I'm going to have to take them off as well. But start by taking these T30s off, and then the fender should pull off right around this door latch. You just got to kind of finagle the fender around the door latch here. There you go. I also have an internal heater in here, so I had to take that heat duct off. All right, now that you got the fender off, we're going to go ahead and mount this thing on here. I did want to point out that these are pretty solid metal. They're powder coated, so they're actually, I'm really impressed with the quality of these things. And I don't know if you'll be able to find something else, but I did a lot of searching, and these were the only ones that I could find that were frame mounted. So they're actually going to be bolted to the frame here where the master is, and then we're going to be screwing these into the actual frame. These are the only ones that on the market that I found that did that. The only other ones that I did see were Super 8 TV sells another set, but I'm pretty sure that those just mount to the plastic floor here. So I mean, if you hit something hard enough, it's only mounted. The plastic is still going to blow through here. And I'm sure if you're looking at this video, like myself, I've seen enough videos and pictures of trees or sticks coming through here that, I really don't want any chance of that happening. And also, I mean, just locally where I ride, I've heard of 2 stories already of people having trees or sticks come through here. Luckily, it didn't get hurt. I had another story that actually came through and went through the center console here. So this is kind of the reason I'm doing this, and this is also the reason why I picked the Mcnasty Custom ones, is because they are frame mounted. So I feel a lot better knowing that if I do get hit with something, it's most likely probably going to be stopped by this. All right, so first grab this and try to line it up with these master cylinder bolts. Start by getting this front one in, and then kind of pushing it to line this back one up. It's definitely a really tight fit. It's definitely snug, but you're gonna know you have it in the right spot when you have this little tab down here. There's like a little gusset. Push this in against the frame and push it right up against this, and that's gonna be where you want it. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw one of these self-tappers in just to get started. All right, it's definitely not the easiest to tap the frame with these self-tappers, but it works. So another thing with these self-tappers, you don't want to just put them on and then just run at high speed the whole time. You'll most likely just burn the tip up and then pretty much harden the metal and make your life even harder. So just kind of go slow, let it drill, and then you'll feel it go through, but it's going to take a little while. This one down here is going to be pretty hard to get because you have this in the way. I might take the screws out just to see if I can get it out of the way a little bit more. All right, now once you get these four mounted into the frame, you can go ahead and mount these two 13s on the master cylinder. I'll go ahead and put these on. If you did get the master cylinder guard, put that on first, and then we'll snug these up. Oh, I almost forgot. These that were loose, let's tighten these up first. Well, the bottom one luckily just held itself because I think it's pushing against the body so hard. And this top one, you should be able to sneak an open end 10mm in there just to hold that nut. I'll be honest, I bought this to guard the master cylinder, and now that I see I don't really know what it's doing, to be honest. You have this protector here. This one's maybe an inch longer, so honestly, I probably wouldn't buy this. I would just get this. And then once this guard's on, you can't get a socket on here, so you're gonna have to use two open ends on this. All right, now we're gonna put the fender back on. All right, so before we put the fender on, the next step is going to be trimming it. We need to trim it pretty much straight up with this line. Pretty much take this line, just connect it straight up to where you see here. So we're gonna cut this piece off. These two holes should match up with these two. And then this middle one right here, we're gonna need to drill a hole through here to use that spot right there. That should do it. All right, so I just kind of eyeballed it and put it right where that line is, about the same amount in as these two are. I'm gonna hope that lines up. I do feel like it's hitting here, and it's like definitely difficult to push this back on. Like it doesn't just fall right back on like it came off. Got this side all buttoned up, fender's all back on there, screws and everything are in. Now it's time to go to the passenger side. I really hope it's a little easier than the driver's side. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the wheel off and then take this fender off as well. All right, first thing you're gonna wanna do with the passenger side is put these two pieces together. This is gonna go right inside and mount right on the frame. There's actually the Polaris sticker with your VIN number on it. You're gonna line this bottom part up right under that, that sticker. And then this part, once you put these 3 bolts in, is gonna go right on the other side of this gusset. Like pretty much it's gonna fit right in this little cutout. I did notice something that Mcnasty Customz did not take into consideration. They mounted this on a Pro XP with Walker Evans shocks. This is the Fox live valve, so there is a something computer or something here that's mounted on the firewall that obviously these aren't going to go on without that. So I might have to drill some holes and make some new mounting points for this, but I'm going to start with taking the this box off. All right, so it looks like there's 4 T30s holding this box on. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a way to mount that. I'm guessing I'm probably gonna have to cut these tabs off to get that in there, and then we're gonna figure something out. All right, so a couple things we're gonna have to move if this is a live valve Pro XP. I noticed in addition to all this, we're gonna have to drill some holes and make a new mounting point on this. There is a mount for this wire that we gotta take off. Looks like the brake line where that is riveted into the frame. We gotta take that off because this is hitting it. And then also, there's a bunch of mounts back here that I think we have to file off, as well as this one, these 1, 2, 3, so this will fit flush up against here. All right, so it's really tight in here, so I got a 90-degree drill. I'm gonna hopefully be able to drill the mount that holds the this brake light on. All right, next I'm gonna cut these 4 tabs off, these plastic ones, so that the guard can lay flat against this firewall. So on the instructions, they tell you to line this up with the sticker. Again, I don't know, they did it on a Walker Evans car, maybe with the live valve, the stickers are in a different spot, but I don't see how this is gonna line up with the sticker. I'm about 1.5 inches down below that, so I feel like that's where it would like to sit, because it's on here nice. I feel like that's it. I guess I got the drill out, so I might as well make my life a little easier. I'm gonna hold this up, kind of mark it, and then drill it to make these self-tappers going a little bit easier. If you have a clamp to clamp this, it would make life a lot easier. Of course, I don't have one. I just gotta find a way to mount this without it hitting the shock. Just gonna try to mark these on the inside and then hopefully take this back off so I can drill it a lot easier. So hopefully this box is mounted. It's not gonna be, I mean, we got some clearance on the shock there. I think that's fine. Those 3 are all in, and you got your 3 right here. Again, just make sure you put it right around this gusset plate. I actually had it pushed up to the top, because when I had this pushed down to the bottom, it wasn't actually lining up with this frame rail too well. So that's just what worked for me. Now I'm just gonna throw the fender back on and be done. All right, well, I finally got it all back together. Fender's on, got all the screws and Torx back in there. Only last thing that I didn't show is there is another, this one lines right up, but this one you're gonna have to drill your own hole. It's about, I don't know, 3 and something inches and about 1 inch up. If you just peel this back, you can look in there and see, and then drill your hole for that to go right into the guard. But I'm happy with how it came out. Again, it was a little more work. If you have a live valve, you gotta make your own mount for that box. I would definitely recommend drilling all of the holes into the frame, because I mean, those self-tappers, they work, but you gotta be really, really careful or you just burn them right out. Well, I just lowered the car down, and I wanted to say, if you're buying these for a Pro XP, maybe it's just because it's live valve, or I don't know, maybe the Walker Evans works, but do not buy the Breakmaster guard, because look, I just lowered the car, and look at right here. This is hitting it. It won't actually let the suspension go all the way down because it's just pushing on here right now. So I'm literally just gonna take this back off. So yeah, don't buy that. As always, I hope this was helpful. If you guys are interested in putting the fender guards on your Pro XP, like I said, if you're looking to get these, I'll put the link in the description to Mcnasty's website, who makes these.
Definitely a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. You know, and their instructions, they make it look pretty easy, but it definitely takes, you know, a little bit more time than I figured, which is pretty much like every project that you ever do. It's just how it goes. I would suggest maybe having a second hand or having a clamp to kind of hold the fender guards on when you're waiting to drill them. It would make it a lot easier. So yeah, next thing I'm gonna be doing is actually doing these inserts that I have little pool noodles in. It's covering these off just so the mud doesn't get in there. But if you guys are interested in this, check out the channel, consider subscribing. I'll see you on the next video.